Hey guys, welcome to another drum tip video with me, Joseph. In case you don't know me or haven't seen any of my other videos, I play drums in a band called Roulette from Asbury Park, New Jersey. We're all over the internet. You can find us pretty much at any social media site, and we've had some minor success in the music industry, and now we're finally going on our first international tour. Our national tour, we're staying in the U.S. I like to make these videos with the intention of helping musicians. Mostly these are oriented towards drummers, and they're just kind of fun, and I like to start conversations with people. So today I wanted to talk about something kind of fun. It really is drummer oriented. Um, Something that I think we've all thought about on occasion, or when you're first starting out. So maybe you are just starting out, and this would be helpful for you. Um, what is the proper way to set up a drum set? Now, obviously, there's the traditional layout, your cymbals, your toms, your rack toms, that you have them in certain places. But if you explore online, you look at some of these bigger guys. Some of them have crazy setups, and a lot of these like prog uh, metal drummers seem to have very uh, crazy looking setups and cymbals. So I know when I was first starting out, and still to this day, I play with stuff a lot and buy new pieces of hardware and experiment with things. I was always thinking like, oh, what's like the right way? Like, how far should my cymbals be away from my toms, and how close should my snare be, and where should my hi hats be? Should I put my hand here or here? Or here? So, in short, the answer is it's wherever you're comfortable. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys my kit because I play, I think, in a little bit of an untraditional setup, but I mean it's pretty tame compared to most. But just so you can see that there is really no right or wrong answer, and this has taken me some time to get here. This is where a setup I'm completely comfortable. Okay, so my hi hats are a little bit forward of my snare. I don't know if you can kind of see that there. Now the reason being, I just feel the most relaxed. So when you're supposed to properly hold your stick, I feel most relaxed kind of at an angle. I don't like to have this hard right angle going with my elbow because I feel like it takes a lot. It's a lot of movement to get over there. So I try to cut down on movement and make everything very streamlined. That's kind of my process. So I got my hi-hat here. This is a 19-inch crash here. Okay, I got that kind of hovering over here, and see, this is something that when I first started would kind of freak me out. I was like, oh, should this be so close to here, and am I gonna run into this and hit this? And the answer is no. Once you start training yourself, and if this is where you're comfortable, play this way. If this is what's comfortable for you, if you notice your stick getting caught, either like change your grip or change your posture, or maybe move the cymbal just a hair out. But anyway, oh. So I just started doing this. I put my little 10-inch splash upside down on here. I usually have it stacked on top of that, but I want it to have the sound on its own. So I've found that I can actually get really nice quick access again from here to there, from here to there. If I got to go from here to there, so it's really nice. I have it flipped upside down. It obviously, if it was flat, it really wouldn't work. But so it's a nice quick shot, very good for like linear fills and whatnot. So my snare and my tom here, okay, you might like this. I like to have them kind of close together, so they're almost touching. That is convenient for me. Now usually I just reset these back up pretty recently. Usually I have this down a little more because, again, this is my thing. I tend to hit here sometimes, and that'll sometimes pull the stick out of my hand, and so maybe keeping it a little more flush helps me out with that. Now this is kind of weird, and I do get some questions about this on occasion. So the reason I have this set up is, in all honesty, I'm a big fan of guys like Matt Halpern, and I saw he would always have like this effects kind of cymbal, and then like his ride would kind of be elsewhere, a little higher up. and he has more stuff than I do, but I mean this is good for me. So this is like a fast crash. It's called it's called an Icon Stacker from TRX. I believe they call it their Lightning Crash, and it has a really nice quick decay and everything to it. And I find it's really good. Like if you're just kind of chilling in a groove, and you can almost use it, not like a ride in the sense where it's nice and clean, but like you can lay into it almost like you would with a hi-hat groove and just kind of keep that going, especially if you're playing noisier, faster music. Now, this is a 22-inch crash ride, and see, you notice I have it one above the other. Now, the reason I have this here is because I use this a lot, okay? And in my head, I said, okay, I use this cymbal quite a bit. I'm going to put it at an easy access point, kind of a little bit far from me though, so I can cleanly hit it. You don't want to typically hit these with the shaft of your stick. You know, you want to use you want to use the tip. Get it? Use just the tip. Kind of, groove into it, lay into it. And if I ever do need to get into the ride, again, it's a nice, kind of like I have over here, it's a nice, easy transition, okay? And this is kind of, I sit a little high, so this is at a perfect level for me. I can get an optimal amount of bounce, and this is actually a crash ride, so we play a little bit noisier music. So this is, I can also use this as a crash as well, but it has a really nice bell on it too. It's a very cool series cymbal. Again, try some TRX cymbals out. And over here, lastly, I have my 17-inch crash. Now I know most of the time guys tend to have smaller cymbal here, bigger cymbal here, or at least if you're starting out. Well, I discovered that this is, again, a quicker decaying cymbal. So if I gotta do something a little more open, I like to have, again, my arms open and my left available to do some neat little things over here, some neat little fills, and I can just kind of crash on this, and it's not too explosive sounding and overpowering. So I can kind of use this a little more frequently without overpowering my guitarist or my singer. So in here is something a little strange too. Whenever I'm setting these up, I always get asked, why do you put the big one over here? So this is a 16, this is a 14. Okay, I use this one a lot more. Again, it's just about accessibility. You want it to be accessible to you, the thing you use the most. So I've actually, and sometimes you'll see guys with the tom over here. I think that's a little weird. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's all about what your preference is. So I put my big tom over here. It's very thuddy. It's very nice. I have this tuned down pretty low as well. And I got these Aquarian reflector heads, which have a nice warm thuddiness to them, which are really good. Give those a shot as well. But yeah, I use this more, so I have it at the forefront. Now, if I ever need to use this guy, it's still close enough where from where I'm sitting, I can easily rotate, and I could even start a fill over here, move up with no issues. Everything's very, very open and accessible. That's what you want. You don't want stuff laying on top of each other, and give your cymbals room to breathe, because actually, believe it or not, where you have your cymbals and what's close to what does affect the way they project and the way they sound, and also the way you strike them. So, and I do tend to sit a little high, have my stool all the way up, and because I usually play kick drum using mostly my ankles, which is what you're supposed to do, just use your reflex muscles. So this is kind of you can get a top view here. This is kind of a weird setup, but this is where I'm comfortable. There is no right or wrong answer. Obviously, there's things you definitely don't want to do. Like I said, you don't want to be cluttered. You want to give yourself room to move, and have a little showmanship. Be able to kind of, I guess, exacerbate things a little bit, or exaggerate things a little bit. You're putting on a show. You're a musician. You're also an entertainer. So don't be afraid to, get up there, be a little wild, let the hair go. But yeah, just see where you're comfortable. Don't be afraid to move things around, experiment with them, push them out a little, bring them in a little. Um, Most importantly, keep your posture right when playing, because that's gonna help and get set in that posture and then your muscle memory will kick in, and then you'll be able to just be completely comfortable moving in and around the kit. I hope this has been kind of a fun video for you, and please subscribe to the channel if you like it. Please tell me how you play. Show me your kit. I would like to tag me in the video, and I want to check it out. I like talking to fellow drummers and learning new things. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.